Mike Tirico, Greg Oltz are ready to get this one going. Jake Bates set to get it started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So here come the Eagles, and they are led by the reigning Super Bowl MVP. What a season for Jalen Hurts. Took the Eagles to the mountaintop. Now his 6th season in the NFL.
Now, this is the type of quarterbacks that just give defensive coordinators nightmares. They stay up all night thinking, okay, what is the best way to defend him? Do we treat him as a runner? Do we treat him as a passer? And I think that's really where the most stress comes in, Mike, is you want to make sure you don't let him kill you with his legs downfield as a runner, but it's also his ability to extend plays as a passer that really creates a lot of stress on your back-end coverage, and that's where those big plays can come. So it's a big challenge. They know it, and we'll find out early on what the plan is.
At the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 2. Quick throw, the RPO to Goddard. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
Off the play fake, Hurts. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. And he'll be driven out of bounds, and that's a pickup of 8.
That's not the type of play that's going to end up on a lot of end-of-the-season highlight reels, Mike, but listen, sometimes those little check-down crossers produce some positive plays. Stay ahead of the chains.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. He'll step up and run this. And Hurts wisely going to slide after he's picked up the 1st down.
15 yards on the play. That's another Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today, Mike. They worked all week on containing this quarterback, but here we are. Early on in the game, a nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he is tough to bring down. Finally, the defense gets him on the ground. It'll be no gain on that play.
This play right here is just a clear example of just how hard it is to bring this back down, Mike. I mean, he had to break multiple tackles just to get back to the original line of scrimmage. But give credit to the defense. They kept bringing bodies at him, and they're eventually able to get him down for no gain.
He gets back to Brown. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding him to just a short gain.
Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And that is incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time.
Incomplete.
And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Little miscommunication there, now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
On 4th down, it's Jake Elliott time for the Eagles. That one is good. And the Eagles will take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. So the Lions come out, and they are led again by Jared Goff. Already year 10 in the league, and half of those 10 with the Lions. Remember, took the Rams to a Super Bowl as well. What a year last year, Greg. Second in passing yards in the NFL.
Yeah, and all Jared Goff does every year, Mike, is lead one of the most prolific offenses in the NFL. But I'm not sure he gets the credit he deserves. I think so many people wanted to give credit to Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell, and rightfully so, as he makes this transition to kind of the next era of Lions football without Ben Johnson. I think people are going to see just how big of an impact Jared Goff had, not only in the 15 games they won last year, but they believe they have a Super Bowl contending team in Detroit.
How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Open man, it's Jameson Williams. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
Out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 4. Laporta in motion. On 2nd down, Goff. Open man downfield, it's Laporta. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
That's good.
Goff hooking up with his tight end, Laporta, and they give the Lions a first down.
21 yards.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
What a pickup, a gain of 18. And it sets up 1st and goal.
1st and goal.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
Here's Gibbs. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the play, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Now here's 2nd and goal. Montgomery. And nowhere to go on that one. They lifted him up and threw him down behind the line.
I think this is one of those cases, Mike, where simple is better than creative. They try to get fancy, and not only do they not get the ball into the end zone, they don't even get the ball back to the original line of scrimmage. We're going to see here, this could end up costing them 6 points.
From back at the 5, here now 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Goff. And he's in. Isaac to Slaw. Touchdown, Detroit. Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Lions move out to a 7-3 lead.
Eagles 3.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. On the return, it's Tank Bigsby. Whoa! He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Eagles offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll do so with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. 4 catches already in this opening quarter, off to a hot start as he picks up the first down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
2 straight hookups. This one good for 10 yards.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
There's the tight end, Greg Calcaterra. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Hurts again. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That screen goes for 12, and that's a first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target, but I don't think it's going to be his last.
And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. They've got it, and it'll be 1st and goal after a pickup of 21.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this has got to take advantage.
This one is pulled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes! Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles.
Now, remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles are on top. It's now 10-7.
Lions 7.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Lions offense ready to take over for their second possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Laporta in motion. Off to throw on first down. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Goff gives it to Gibbs. Up the sideline, past midfield. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. And it's a gain of 20 on the heels of another big play to begin this drive.
Watch the running back's patience here, Mike. He's slow, and then he hits it. That's the key here. If he goes too fast, their linemen aren't ready yet. Really well executed. Great run.
Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. It is caught left side by St. Brown. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
A gain of 15 yards.
First reception of the game for St. Brown. And he gives his team a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Throwing here is Goff. On target to Laporta. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 7. Throwing, Goff. To get this complete, it's Williams over the middle. Was brought down, that pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Right back to Williams. They connect again. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal, as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 3.
That's good.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Here's a run. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Goff with the give to Montgomery. And this defense trying to stiff it. He gets back to the line, and that is it. 3rd and goal coming up.
No gain on the play.
Give credit to this defense, Mike. Their back's against the wall, and they're standing tall so far. Nothing on those first 2 runs. We'll see what the offense has in store now as they bring up 3rd down.
They'll run with Gibbs. Some determined running, but they're going to stop him short of the goal line.
That one didn't have a chance, Mike. They do a great job of getting penetration, clogged up the run lanes, and now this offense has a decision to make here on 4th down.
So a field goal here would tie the game, but the kicking unit stays on the sideline. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll try it now with Gibbs. And he barrels his his way into the end zone. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions are on top. It's 14-10. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Bigsby to return it. Throw! And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Going to keep it on the option. And he won't try to risk much more, sliding down a gain of 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
So we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. 14-10 is our score. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Eagles in possession to start the second quarter. From the 29, here's 2nd down and 7. As we are ready to get back underway. That's over the middle and caught by Smith. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Hurts going to hold on to this one. He'll take this forward for about 5.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Eagles, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. It's 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down. In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here, his ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
On third down, here's Hurts. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. That is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
And he's going to have the Eagles first down as they find a way to keep the chains moving on fourth down.
Pretty simple here, Mike. Every team, they have this sheet up in the box. It's their own analytics telling them when to go for it, when not to go for it. And in this spot, their metrics say go for it, sneaks the call, first down.
Hurts looking to throw on first down. Forced to his right.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
On third down, it's Hurts. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
On fourth down, here comes Jake Elliott for the Philadelphia field goal. This one from 49. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. Now a stoppage, we have an injured Lion. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. On the ground, Montgomery to start the drive. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. To throw is gone. That's right side and into the hands of Teslam. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
He's got his man complete. That's Teslam. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And the Lions first down. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Lions.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these third downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force third down, they got to get off the field.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
A second down throw for Goff. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
And this is where the timing of these passing games, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front of him.
It's a gain of 12 there. First down, Detroit.
That's good for a Lions.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Oh! And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
Laporta in motion. On second down, it's Gibbs. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 18 yards on the pickup there. Good for a Lions first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll run it to the right here with Gibbs. And the Lions are going to have a first and goal. Some good running there. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up first and goal.
This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is first and goal. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
Just shy of the goal line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
Come a little closer. Here's second and goal. One more time with Montgomery. What a move! He's in! David Montgomery. Touchdown, Detroit. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Here's Bates for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Lions extend the lead to 8. It's 21-13. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. Jack Campbell, the former first-round pick, there to wrap him up.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
It is 2nd and 9. Hurts. He finds Jahan Dotson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a 1st down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the 1st down.
On the handoff, this is Barkley. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 6. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
3rd down, here's Hurts out of the gun. He'll try to run for it. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
That's another Eagles 1st down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a 2nd and 9. To throw is Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd down, 3 to go. Hurts. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he will score! Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. His 2nd touchdown of this 1st half.
And that was just a great drive. Really from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mixing run, mixing pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Elliott on now for the PAT. He's got it. And the Eagles move back to within one.
It's the score, Lions 21, Eagles 20.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And that's not going to yield a whole lot to about the 28-yard line.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
2 minutes to play in a tight one-point game in this first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
10 yards.
A gain there of 10 yards. First down, Detroit.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Detroit.
From the gun, it's Goff. That one out wide to Gibbs. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They get 21 on that one. Good for a Lions first down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off. So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
A gain of 5. First down, Lions.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Laporta in motion. Goff to throw on first down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Here comes 2nd and 4. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to pick up the first down. He'll get down to the 15-yard line. Now Detroit's going to use their second timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Goff. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds following a gain of about 5 on 1st down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Here's Goff. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. This about as short as you can get. Bates' kick is good. And the Lions going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the 1st half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the 1st half. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. The return starts from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. The lead sits at 4. So we'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Goff. On target to Laporta. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
A gain of 17.
That's the way to get started, a pickup of 17 and a very quick 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And a Lions 1st down.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of some of these targets. So it's exactly what he does here, and you can tell why he's such a big part of this offense.
And they'll get about half of what they needed to pick up the 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at their 48-yard line.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A gain of 3 brings up 3rd and 2.
Out of the shotgun, it's gone. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. A pickup of 14 on that one. 1st down, Detroit.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
On second down, Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. And he'll get about 8 yards as he's ushered out of bounds. It'll set up third down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. Goff to throw. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
Detroit Lions, first down. A gain of 14. First down, Detroit.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short. But he has picked up the first down.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
Gibbs goes over the top and into the end zone. Touchdown.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Bates now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Lions will extend this third quarter lead.
Eagles 20.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Gibson now on the return. Ooh! And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Eagles offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he's out of bounds after a pickup of 3.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7. And in motion is Brown. And show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he is not going to get away. He might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down.
Gain brings up 3rd and 6.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds with a gain of 7. And that'll be enough for a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, Hurts. He keeps it himself. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
That's good for an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. High-headed defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
Yards to go.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
That's another Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Hurts again. He'll step up and run this. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a first down.
And an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
This one caught at the 4. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle's made here at the 3-yard line.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Saquon is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Now Hurts and the Eagles will try the two-point conversion.
The Eagles will set up for the two-point.
They'll try to pick this up with a run. And he'll get in for the two-point conversion. And now the deficit is just a field goal.
Everybody's looking to end every drive with 6, but when you can turn that 6 into 8, man, what a confidence boost coming off the field, and they're going to force their opponent now to start chasing.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. Not much there, maybe a yard.
The tackle made by Brandon Graham. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Gibbs. And he's got some space. Up past the 30 to about the 32-yard line. A pickup of 7.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
They'll try to sneak it here. And it looks like he's going to have that 1st down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on 3rd down.
2 yards on the play.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that 1st down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the 1st down.
On play action, Goff. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Jalen Carter in there for the sack. He forced his way through. A loss of 9.
And it might have taken longer than they would have liked, but that's the 1st sack of the game, and it came at the perfect time. This defense desperately has to get off the field, and that play gets them a lot closer to doing so.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is Goff. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
It's a gain of 2 yards.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet inbounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
3rd and a long way to go. Goff gives it to Gibbs. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
This back's been having his way all night long, Mike. Just a lot of room to operate. Great job by the offensive line all night long, but in this case, defense does their job. They're able to penetrate, get in the backfield, and take him down for a loss.
Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. They'll run the counter with Barkley. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Play action. Here's Hurts. He takes off.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his 1st and 2nd read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
3rd, they need 8. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's taken in by Dotson. It's a pickup of 12. Good for an Eagles first down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets to the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
Hurts going to hold on to this one. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
You know, Mike, it's funny, when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. This one is caught by Dotson. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Throwing is Hurts. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And that'll set up 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit the field of play and continue out of bounds. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10.
So the challenge of these jet sweeps, Mike, is they happen so fast. Nowadays in these offenses, there's so much pre-snap motion that you don't know if the receiver's just going in regular motion or are they timing it up with the snap to give him the jet sweep. So when you don't get an early read, you see the leverage and the contain of the defense break down, and these receivers and the way they can run, they get out into space, they are a handful to track down. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. From the gun, it's Goff. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
9 yards. That's good for a Lions first down. A gain of 9 yards. And a Lions first down.
And at this stage of the game, every first down gets them one step closer to being able to finish this one out. This defense has to find a way to get off the field. They have to get the ball back to their offense to give them a chance.
Is caught left side by St. Brown. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. Goff's go-to guy, St. Brown, Amon-Ra, gives the Lions a first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
Now Goff going to hold on to it. And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Third and goal coming up.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on him. And in this case, they're able to hold them to no gain.
They'll run with Gibbs. And he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it's 4th and goal.
A bit of a curious call there, Mike, on 3rd and goal from this far out. You thought they would have turned to their passing game. They tried to catch the defense sleeping and keep it on the ground. Great job by the defense being ready for everything. Not only do they stop them, they take them back for a loss.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So, after his field goal, Bates back out to kick this one away. Gibson now on the return. Yeah! And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. He'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
And an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
That's caught by Smith on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds as the first down completion nets about 3.
Out of bounds at the 44-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Now Hurts. There's that man again. Another pass. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
3rd down.
A big play looming here. They need to convert. It is 3rd and inches. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line, but the official signals he's got enough for the first down.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
Dotson, the man in motion. Hurts looking to throw on first down. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and it'll bring up 2nd down. To throw, Hurts. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
That's Goddard in motion. On 3rd down, here's Hurts. He'll try to run for it. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25. 25 yards, the pickup there. First down, Philadelphia.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of a defense, and we saw it again here.
Running from the pistol with Barkley. Ooh! And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on first down. A pickup of 7.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide-open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds. Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Now Hurts going to call his own number. And he will try to risk much more, sliding down a gain of 3.
Down in the red zone, design quarterback runs are a handful for defenses to account for. But in this case, give them credit. Not a lot of room to maneuver here for the quarterback, and they keep it to a short gain.
2nd and 7. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That is caught, and they continue to churn out 1st down. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal.
That's another Eagles 1st down. 1st down and goal to go.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles.
And he will score again. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. What a night he's having. That's 4 touchdowns in this game alone. The game-tying touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and a chance to take the lead with the point after.
Mike, the sideline's going crazy with that late score, but they still need this extra point to take the lead here and see if they can hang on to this 4th quarter lead.
On is Elliott to add the extra point. The kick is good. Important one as they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Lions 34.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. This throw taken in by Amon-Ra. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
And the Lions 1st down. 1st and 10 at the
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run game. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
Finding room across midfield. And they finally wrestle him down at the Lions' 35. That one good for 29.
Detroit Lions, first down. A gain of 29 yards. First down, Lions.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Goff with the give to Montgomery. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
Cooper the Gene on the tackle. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Eagles' 33-yard line.
Throwing, Goff. That one taken in by St. Brown. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. Here's Goff. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
That's another
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Laporta in motion. Goff to throw on 1st down. He'll swing this out to Montgomery. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Here's a 2nd and 12. Goff to throw. That's the rookie first-round pick, John Campbell. And the Eagles are going to get the football at their own 23.
And on a possession where the offense really had their way on the ground, they got to kind of go back to the drawing board and say, is it worth putting the ball in the air? Yes, we want to generate points. We want to push the ball downfield, but none of that matters if you're going to keep turning the ball over.
The Eagles offense getting set to get back to work. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Quick throw on the RPO is complete. The Lions call their first timeout. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 1. A tight end in motion now. Try to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a 1st down. Now Detroit's going to use their 2nd timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And in motion is Brown. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. Here's the third and final timeout for the Lions. And they'll get together prior to the second down play. Once again, it's Barkley. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. 3rd and 9. They'll drop to throw. Now he'll air one out. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Raymond going to return it, and he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive, and this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Goff. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
In these critical moments of the game, Mike, you always turn to your best players, and that's exactly what they did here, and they just weren't able to connect. Give this defense a lot of credit. They knew when it was crunch time, where did this quarterback want to look? And they were ready, and they took him away.
We'll find Montgomery out of the backfield.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And with the defense out of timeouts, they cannot stop the clock. Just a couple of kneel downs should do it. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So it's a win here for the Eagles. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Eagles are winners, as we say, so long from South Philly.